do this. Got my Diet Coke. My name is Ben Shumaker. I'm the drummer and mix engineer for the band We Demand Parachutes. Today we're going to jump into Ketamine, continue our series called In the Mix. Jump into Ketamine, open the Pro Tools session, talk about a couple of the things that made the song interesting, both in the mixing, recording, and songwriting process, and see a couple of the cool things that are in the session. So let's jump into Pro Tools and take a look. All right, so we got the Pro Tools session here. Let's take a listen and just kind of get an understanding of what's going on here.
Just another morning hungover and hung up. I gotta figure my head out. Was playing blackjack until the cops came to bust us. I don't know why you put up with me. Whoa. 'Cause I was late and I'm $4 so I'll call the hospital. Yeah, I'm sick and tired, always falling short of your 4-star rating. Of your 4-star rating. I'll take this ketamine if you let me.
Kind of see what's going on here. We got the bass up top. We got the drums here in pink. Got some aux percussion. Then we come down here. We got some glitch drums, some synth stuff. Then we got the guitars. Obviously, we're a rock band, so heavy guitars. Then we got some clean guitars, different lead guitars, and then all this stuff down here is all the different vocal layers. So when we were, this song first came to be, Kev originally sent the idea. We all got it. That's kind of how we work, send stuff back and forth. Once we kind of had the basis for the song, I headed to Boston. We laid down the drums there. And we wanted that really big, open, aggressive feeling. It's a rock tune. We want that aggressive sound. We recorded it in a studio in Boston, and let's take a listen to those. So these were recorded on a Yamaha tour custom, actually a recording custom of mine, Sabian cymbals, and always, something that I always do in different productions that we put together is record aux percussion. There's tambourine, there's shaker layered in there. Actually, I remember recording in Boston, and there's actually a Snapchat of this where, or it's up on our Instagram, where I'm doing the tambourine, and Kev didn't really think that it was going to fit in at all, but it did make the cut, and it is in fact in the track. Yeah, so let's jump up to the top. We can chat about Seth's bass here, because we were first originally recorded it with a P bass, and we really weren't getting the sound that we wanted, and so Kevin and I were headed to New York, actually, for just another recording session for a couple of different tracks, and we stopped at Sam Ash in Connecticut, and just to take a look around, and there was a Music Man, I think Sterling by Music Man bass there. Kev can jump in and correct me in the comments section. I'm sure I got it wrong, but it was just, we were texting Seth, and we're like, this is the bass for you, and we ended up getting it, texted him the whole time, got a great deal on the bass, and it made 100% of the difference. So if we take a listen to that, you can see the old track here actually inactive, and yeah, let's listen. Let's take a listen to the chorus too. It really fills out that low end, really makes it, hit with the drums. And when you add that with the synth bass that we have in there, And then Seth plays off that in a couple of different sections, and it's just great. And then when you add that in with the drums, just the different syncopation that's in the verses just makes everything stand out and gives that feeling and that rhythm that really just makes you want to move. Yeah, so let's take a look at a couple of the other cool things that are in here. There's some glitch drum effects that I can't remember, to be honest, if Seth or I programmed them, but they're in the pre-chorus section. If we take a listen, they're kind of tucked in. And those actually, they come back in the bridge, and they're layered. There's two different layers there. And all together.
Take this ketamine if you let me.
And while we're talking about the bridge, something that we added in were these vocal chops that we hadn't really done before. If we take a listen. And those happen just in the bridge, kind of just a little ear candy, hear it back in the background a little bit. And something that kind of interesting with this whole track was just the difference. When we recorded and released 151 and I mixed it, I felt like it took me a little bit to get the track to sit where I really wanted it to sit before we sent it to Adam Ann, our mastering engineer up in Portland, Maine. This track, on the other hand, it came together really fast to the point that it like scared me, because I sent it to Seth and I was like, I honestly, I didn't believe that it was ready to go that quick, because I threw the faders up. I did, kind of the different EQ and compression moves that I would normally do, and it came out of the speakers. And I sent it to Seth. That's typically how we work. I do a bunch of the mixing and then send it to Seth for like bus processing, kind of stuff like that. And he sent it back, and it came together so fast comparatively to 151. And there's just a ton of different, layers in this track compared to, some of our other ones. We spent a lot of time producing it. We spent a lot of time on vocals. The vocal production, I would say, is our biggest to date. There's tons of different harmonies. So let's listen to that, actually. See right here, there's these screams. Let's solo these.
Say now, 'cause I can't wait. Let me come and get it. No, I can't wait. Let me come and get it. Gonna put some work into this bad reputation. I gotta think.
Yeah, so I mean, and here I'll solo this. This is a great part. Kev recorded these late one night. I remember getting them in the session the next morning, and I was like, what is this? But it fit so well. It's these screams that happen for 4-star rating right before you go into the chorus. And they're right here.
4-star rating.
And, they're really tucked back. You can't really hear them if you take a listen unsoloed.
I'll take this kid
they're just layered up there, and it just gives something, else that you're hearing to layer behind that lead vocal. So just wrapping up here, a couple of cool other things that are going on are the feedback that happens right at the beginning of the intro that kind of we filtered down to make it so that when everything comes in for that first hit of that first verse, it's right up in your face. Let's take a listen to that. And then you're right into that first verse. So other than that, I mean, it's a pretty solid, arrangement in terms of the elements. We have the synth layers, we have the guitar layers, the bass, and it all comes together. And we're really, really happy that we've had the reception that we've had. And if you guys have any other questions, you want to see more specific things, I know this is kind of just an overview of the session, kind of a couple of the different elements. But if you have any specific questions, how we actually went about recording specific elements, etc., please make sure you drop it down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you check out the track if you haven't already. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. And we'll catch you on the next In the Mix. Adios. Cheers.